Greetings, all indigenous rights reserved. This is the representative Nanya-Shaabu live this November 22nd, 2009. Here to make a current recording, calling Nanya-Shaabu, Chief of the Hata Nation, U.C.C Nation, Native American Moors, Unipole number 2718. And due to his current kidnapping from the Alberta Edmonton conspirators in black robes, he's currently calling from Alberta Hospital, being sent from the Reman Center. So we're going to chat with him.
Greetings.
Who am I speaking with?
This is Nanya-Shaabu.
All right. I'm sure you got me live and direct.
Correct. You're
All
live.
right, then. Okay, what is it? Hit me. What questions you got?
Well, we just want to update on as far as what actually happened, before the SOS on Facebook.
Basically what happened is there was a complaint filed out. Some people have probably seen the video already with the RCMP coming over to the secured property.
Correct.
Now there is I signed what was called a promise to appear. People saw me autograph on that. Reserved all rights, etc. Now, about a week and a half before I went to court, I called the court and asked them, to get the specifics, who would be the judge, the clerk, all that fun stuff to get the paperwork in order.
Correct.
Then I'm told by the clerk, which I have a copy of, I think you might even have an email of that conversation, but if not, you can always contact my wife and she's got a copy of the conversation, I think. If not, I've got it. And I was told they don't have my name in the system. They have Henry Sean. So I said, okay, well, how can they go from changing the name on a promise to appear that I signed, which is on YouTube,
Correct.
to Henry Sean in their computer system? That's fraud. You can't do that.
Correct.
So I never went to the vessel because they did not have my name there. Right? Even though I do have a copyright on Henry Sean, I never went because that's not what was signed off on in front of the RCMP officer, who's now a witness to that.
On live video.
Huh?
On live video.
Online video. Online video. Right? And everyone could see her hand me the contract. I accept the contract. I autographed and hand it back to her. So what happened is when I went to when I didn't go, what happened was I had a process server served the Crown attorney, whose name is Jeffrey Morrison, and he was given a statutory quorum non judice. What that is it shows and explains how, not before a judge, that's the direct definition. And what it means is that the court does not have jurisdiction to even hear this matter.
Correct.
Liens have been filed on 42 Alcott Crescent, which are in the PSYCH, which is known as the Personal Property Security Registry in Alberta. Liens have been filed on the property and can use Lucian Henry, who's an agent and an informant in Alberta and in the Commonwealth of Kentucky on a U.C.C financing statement. The website of some of the information, or all you have to do is type in "can use Lucian Henry" into Google, and all the videos, the websites, a lot of the Twitters, and even some of the Facebook notes will show up on the search engine.
And and did you go to court after the illegal kidnapping?
No, I went to court 3 times. The first time I went was October. That was actually the October 8th, the day after of the kidnapping. I had what was called, they have like a phone, you can talk to the judge over a phone thing, and they call it the GP or JP, Justice of the Peace. So I explained the situation, that this is a kidnapping, a violation of the United Nations Charter. I told the judge that the Crown doesn't have jurisdiction or subject matter jurisdiction. And I told the Crown that my uncle, Kenny Lucian Henry, put with his will, that was a attempted murder, attempted hit on my mother, Merle Henry. My dad, Jency Henry, who died, was the sole heir trustee and personal representative, him and my mother. When he transitioned, that automatically went to my mother. She gave me a power of attorney authenticated by the province of Alberta, which I have here with me at Alberta Hospital. And that makes me and gives me power of attorney to handle not only my mother's affairs, but my uncle, Kenneth Lucien Henry's affairs. So that was explained verbatim to the JP. So what ended up happening was they still wanted to be coming to court, and that was the 9th of November. I objected in front of the provincial court in Edmonton, and I told the judge what my name was, and I told him that my name was published in an obituary when my dad transitioned last year. So that's public record. Then the second time I went to court was the 14th of October, and on 14th of October, I was, my brother, Kenneth Henry, and my uncle, Kenneth Lucien Henry, who was sitting at the back of the courtroom, they were there, and I informed the judge that Kenneth Lucien Henry signed a joint tenancy with my dad, and I was the witness, which makes that a legal document.
Correct.
So that that's been on Facebook, it's on YouTube, and there's a website with copies of the document. And just to bring people up to speed, I just gave his name is Howell, I don't know if that's his first name or last name, he's an Oriental fellow. I gave him a copy of that document, which is from the Edmonton Abbey Registries, and I told him to put it in my file for Dr. Singh. Because the way that this is here, I'm being assessed, I'm not being treated. So they're assessing whether I'm going to be fit for trial or fit for court. So now that I've given a copy, which was made by another nurse, his name is Albert, and I gave a copy of that. He made the photocopy, and I gave a copy to Mr. Howe today. That's in the file. So when the doctor looks at it, he has to look at how did they get Henry Sean when the doctor took photocopies of all my ID, including my Amnesty International card, my World Servant ID card, traveler's card. What else did he take? My Western Union card, right? My Walmart tax exempt card. All those, right, were in my wallet when I was kidnapped by the sheriff. And incidentally, the sheriff, who was a Scotsman, I have a video of it, but I'll have to wait till I get out to show that. He even admitted to me when we went to at the Stony Plain RCMP, he admitted that he saw my video, and he said he used to work for the UN. So he had knowledge. I never saw him before, but he said he saw my videos, and he had asked me, how long before we're on YouTube? I said, what do you mean? I said, you guys have been on for over a year. He said, no, today, which was October the 8th. Of 2009. I said, I don't know, about a week or 2 weeks. I was like, why? He said, well, I saw your other video that you did in Harlem. I said, oh, you did? He said, yeah, I saw that. And I have all my flags and ancestors, pictures of Khonsu and Anubis, Sekhmet and Mahalakshmi and Ganesha, and all of those deities with me. And he was flipping through looking for the UN ID, and I said, well, what's up? And he was like, well, I used to work for the UN. I said, well, then you know exactly how the only way you can get that ID, you have to show them legal ID to get it. And he said, yeah. So this whole thing has been a cook-up from day one to cover for my uncle, but it's just not going to work.
Correct.
Right? So the thing is, I've been telling them, and my mother came to visit me today. She even told the nurse on duty, she said, that is not his name. She said, he changed his name years ago. She said, so why are you putting this down? She said, that's not his name. So my mother said she knows that the nurse has to document that that's not my name.
Correct.
So when my mother came, I told her about the brother Nanya-Shaabu and the fact that he's going to fast her lawyer, Jay Prober, and that it's going to be placed on Facebook. So my mother is happy with that. She's looking forward to that being done. And she wrote the lawyer, Jay Prober Law Offices, who was representing the gentleman's family, Tim McLean. He was the one who got beheaded on the Greyhound bus up here in Canada last year. It was a big story, it was all over the world. And Jay Prober was supposed to be representing my mother, and then he didn't. So I told him, give my mother the money back that she paid you, which was $15,000. when he originally told me he could do it for 10 and he could litigate it from Winnipeg. So my mother had to